Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily Hanhan. How are you doing today? I am here with another makeup tag today. If you followed along at all, you may have figured out that I love makeup tags. I enjoy watching them because I like hearing people's opinions on things and I like making them. So today we're doing one called the bad and boring tag. I thought this was actually a newer tag, but it's been around since about November of 2018. This was made by LOBOTOmy. I found Lisa through some of the other small creators that were doing like group collabs. So I thought I would hop on today and do the tag. This look is definitely up on my channel. I will have it linked in the cards and in the description box if you're curious to see how I got this look. The tag has 10 questions. Let's just jump right into it. So the first question is a foundation finish you don't like. And for me, I'm not a huge foundation lover at all, just period. I really dislike moussey textured foundations, and I don't like foundations that are very matte and full coverage. So moussey texture, I think of like the old like Maybelline Dream Mousse, or even the Milani one that people tend to love. I don't like that texture because I don't think it ever thins out nicely. And for me, when a foundation really sits on top of the skin and it kind of looks like a layer rather than something that meshes into the skin a little bit, I really don't like that. And that's where the matte and full coverage, I don't like that either. I always take my face pretty matte in my process, but I would rather have the foundation stay more satin and then let me set it with a powder rather than the foundation going full matte and feeling like almost a mask that more easily cracks and just doesn't look great, in my opinion. Matte full coverage foundations also feel like the least flexible, so they are to me the least lovable foundation type because I want something that I can adjust and use in different ways for different days. Hey, look at that rhyme. Question number 2 is the worst mascara you've tried. I just recently talked about this. I just can't wear mascaras that are not waterproof, generally speaking. I think the one that I hated the most was the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof. It smudged all over me so badly, and the brush was so oversized that I just struggled so much with it. I'm pretty sure it was a little sample and I probably threw it away after like the first or second use. Which rolls right into question 3. One thing you tried once and then threw in the trash. So I try not to throw things away if I don't have to, but some of that means returning it. So I took this question as like one thing I instantly returned, and I realized if I return something, it probably ends up in the trash too. So, you know, same difference. The Milani foundation, I bought that. So I don't think it was when it first launched, but in their first color extension, when they brought out, I think 1 or 2 lighter shades, I bought the lightest color and it was orange, like just straight orange on me, and it was a moussey textured full coverage foundation. If the color had been bad but the foundation itself had been a better formula, I might have tried to make it work, or vice versa. But the texture of the foundation, the finish, and the color, just no way. So question 4 is, what is the most boring eyeshadow palette you currently own? I think the honor of the most boring eyeshadow palette in my collection goes to this LA Girl Eye Luxe. This is a quad really, but it's 4 matte neutral shadows. I bought this thinking, oh, I'm more into colors these days, but this could be a good, easy thing to just pair with color. But I just don't do that thing anymore. But the other one I have to give it to is the Meet Matte Nude from the Balm. So my thing is that I don't get the hype of matte neutral palettes. I get why people like neutral eyeshadows. I totally get it. But it's about texture and shine paired with those neutrals, in my opinion. Like, if I'm gonna go with a neutral eye look, and to me neutral is bronzy, taupey, even peach sometimes. If I'm going in that direction, I still want some shine on my lid or something in the inner corner or some difference in finishes. So having an all matte neutral palette, just, it's the most yawn-worthy thing out there. Question number 5 is a makeup trend you think is boring and you want it to go away. I think my biggest annoyance on a regular basis, and this is a little less trendy than it was maybe 6 months ago or a year ago, is when people do these interesting or cool or very detailed eye looks, and then they put on a wing liner that covers up half of your lid. Or for me, it would probably cover everything up, but they do all of this work and then they put a big wing liner on that covers it all up. And in my opinion, also often detracts from the look because it's now the focal point rather than everything else you put on your eyes being the focal point. Like, I get a wing sometimes, but a big black winged eyeliner on every single look you wear is just so boring to me, especially if you're gonna make all the effort to do something different and then you cover it up basically. So question number 6 is the worst liquid lipstick you have tried. The worst liquid lipstick I've ever tried are these. The Wet n Wild Fantasy Maker, whatever brand it was, Halloween liquid lipsticks. Look at these colors. There was gray and black and these and orange, but they are terrible. 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 They're so bad. There was a moment, there was a good couple months where I raved about the other liquid lipsticks from Wet n Wild. I now really can't stand any liquid lipstick on my lips. But at the time when these came out, I still liked the formula of the original boring colors of liquid lipstick from Wet n Wild. And then these came out and I was so excited, and they're trash. Yeah. So question number 7 is, what color do you think is the most boring one? I'm terrible at picking just one answer, so I'm gonna give you 2. The first, which is a pretty obvious choice, are our matte bone colored shadows. So here's my take on why these are so boring. You're gonna put a color in there that is technically supposed to be an eraser. You know, you can use this to blend out colors, soften them up, and kind of erase some of the mistakes of an eye look. That's cool and all, except you're making a statement that is only true for a small chunk of the population. The technique of using a color that's close to your skin tone to assist you in your eyeshadow look is a solid technique, but you can do that with face powder, you can do that with loose powder that you already have that goes with your skin tone. Putting a color like this into every palette is a boring waste. Instead of using that spot to put something else in there that's interesting or would expand upon the color story, you are catering to a small portion of the population that can truly get the fuck over it and use a color from another palette or use their own powder. So to me, it just seems like a safe and boring very white centric choice. That's my soapbox answer. The other color to me that's so boring is rose gold, like coppery rose gold colors, because you have one good version of it. That's all you need. It's not a color that you really have dimensions or depth to, that you can do like a variety of. Like you have one good version of a rose gold kind of coppery color, and it's beautiful, but you just need one. Everyone that like goes crazy over those colors, you literally already have 30 of them in your collection. So it seems super boring to put yet another rose gold in a palette because we have them. Okay, so question number 8 is, what brand do you think is coming out with the most boring things? I'm gonna give this question to Bare Minerals. And the reason why I say that is almost in a, like, I want them to do better. As Tyra has lovingly gifted us, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you, Bare Minerals. Kat and Haley at Beauty News, they rave about the Bare Minerals eyeshadow formula. I want that formula in my life. I want to try it and see how good it is, but everything they're releasing is so boring and so neutral and the same shades and no variation in texture or finish very much. Their winter palette last year had, I think, a couple of jewel tones. They almost got me. I almost bought it, but I realized I don't really want 3 colorful shadows and 12 neutrals. If they did like an all jewel tone palette or something else where more color was incorporated or more interesting finishes or textures were incorporated, even in a neutral palette, I would give them my money. But right now, such a snooze fest. Question number 9 is, what step in your makeup routine is the most boring? I think this is a pretty common answer. Brows. Brows are the most boring to me. My face needs the brows. Like, my brows are sad. But I don't feel like I will become one of those people that has like beautifully sculpted brows in my lifetime because I just don't have the patience for them. They're boring. I don't want to give them my time. Just, here's a little gel. I just started doing a little pencil. Like, move on. Like, and the most annoying part about them being so boring is that they are such an important part of your face. So I gotta give them the attention, but I just don't want to. Question number 10 is, if you had to choose between a good base and a bad eye look, or a bad base and a good eye look, which one would you choose? Even for somebody that is a lover of interesting eye looks and fun eyeshadow and color, I would take a good base and a bad eye look over a bad base and a good eye look. Here's the thing. I wear glasses. These motherfuckers cover up a lot of my work anyway. The other bonus part, I have really small eyes. So even if the look is kind of bad, it's only a small area of my face. Whereas the rest of my face is round and full, and a bad base all over this melon, nah. But just generally speaking, like, the eye area is just a much smaller area of the face that you could hide or cover up over the whole skin. I will have all the questions for the tag in the description box. I will link to Lisa's video and her channel. Thank you, Lisa, for making this fun and attitude-inducing tag. And if you watch this video and you want to make this tag, you are it. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. I hope to see you again real soon. Bye, friends.